every single person on this planet is an entrepreneur, okay? They are the master of their own house. They are the business owner of themselves as a person and their household. I'm going to explain this mindset to you. I've never heard this in school, and I think that this mindset will help you make more money, succeed financially, keep more money, and have more joy in life. Because isn't the point of having more money to have more joy and more options? Absolutely. Well, this is how I think about my own life, and this is how I think you should think about your life too. And I think society has trained us to not think this way when 2,000 years ago, this is how everyone was thinking and how everyone acted. And now we've kind of got into like the status of I'm an employee, and we forget that every single person on this planet is an entrepreneur, okay? Every single person owns what's called You Incorporated. You Incorporated could be just you, or it could be you and, some of your family members. Let's add some family members here. You Incorporated, which is basically your household. Your household is its own business, and I want you to understand, hey, I'm running a business. Me as a person, I exist as a business, not a person, okay? You are a business that grows, not a person who survives, okay? Red is bad, okay? Red is bad on this chart. Green is good. And I want you to understand that a lot of the joy that you're missing out on in life is because you view yourself as a person who has to survive. You are not a person who has to survive. You are a business in a human body that is growing and adding value to the world, okay? And once you realize, hey, that's how I am, that is the mindset that I'm going to adopt, then I can focus on the things that I'm going to talk about today, okay? You're watching Money Moves with Nick. The goal of this channel is to help you make more money and keep it. And a majority of the ways we make money is in our mind and by understanding mindset. When we understand the right mindset and we understand how systems work in life, we can be more successful, okay? Some of you watching this are drowning in your bills and your life sucks. Some of you are very successful financially and just want to get more financially successful, okay? Money, whether you like it or not, money is a majority of our life, okay? It revolves around this business that we are responsible for creating, okay? I am my own business, and I'm going to teach you guys a framework on how to think about this so you can be successful in life, okay? I drew out this death chart. Okay, you go to work, you take money, you pay bills, maybe you invest some, you spend some, and then ultimately you just got to go back to work, you make more money, you do the process, and the process repeats until you die. Some of you are already dead. Your body's just still moving because you're just a person who survives, and you were never created to just survive. Okay? You were created to grow. You were created to add value to the world and to make an impact. You are an active player in this giant conglomerate called humanity, okay? You are going to add value for the next generation, but why do people get all on drugs and stuff and just want to be homeless? Because they have been brainwashed into thinking, well, I just have to survive. And you were not created to survive. You were created to thrive, okay? We have to do things to survive, but that is not the end goal. Your brain is not wired to just survive, okay? You were created to be more than just survive. You are more than a conqueror, okay? You are more than just a person who let's just think about this. You're here for 80 years, and all 80 years were spent just trying to get food. I understand if that's where you are at now, but that is not the point of humanity, okay? We all have to start there. Your point of life is not hey man, 80 years I had a roof over my head and I ate food and I had some fun along the way. That's not what your purpose is here in this life. Okay, so this is a financial roadmap, and I'm gonna help you real quick here. Okay, because what you are a business. Okay. You are a business, and your business is designed to help humanity grow. And your ancestors and the people that are coming after you, your descendants, to help them be better. So you Inc., you Incorporated, has a specific goal in mind. Okay, number one, your job is to add value. When you're an employee and you go to work, your goal is to add value, not make money. Hey, I'm going to work to make money. No, you're going to work to add value. In exchange for the value that you give that employer is willing to give you money for the value that you added to them, okay? So they hired you Inc., you Incorporated, Bob Incorporated, Sally Incorporated. Let's use Amazon. Amazon hired Sally Incorporated in exchange for money to add value to Amazon. Okay? Jeff Bezos Incorporated hired Sally Incorporated to add value to Amazon, which is part of his journey in life. Okay? So when I go to work at Taco Bell or whatever it is, I'm not there to make money. I'm there to add value to Taco Bell, okay? I need you to think about this differently. You're there to add value to Taco Bell. The more value you add to Taco Bell, the more money you make. We need to stop thinking, oh, I'm just punching in the clock at Taco Bell. My goal at going to Taco Bell is to add value to Taco Bell. The reason they give you money is because you add value to Taco Bell. The more value you add, the more money you make. If you're a manager, you add more value to Taco Bell. Okay, now our ego sometimes gets in the way and we say, well, I want to be my own business. You already are your own business, so you don't need to think about that. Your business just runs through different phases in life, okay? So as we work, maybe I add value to another company for a little bit. Maybe I add value to my community by owning a restaurant or something. I have to do some sort of work that translates into money. So I'm adding value. Incorporated, it's still its own business, whether you're an employee, an investor, a self-employed, a doctor, whatever you do for work. The goal is to add value. The goal is not to say, hey, I'm this or that. It's to add value, okay? When you're a doctor and people pay you, it's because you added value to them, okay? So step one, we need to add value, okay? So if we're not thinking about adding value, then we're just having a bad attitude. I'm guilty of this. I can share with you why I know this, because I sometimes go in and I just punch the clock and I don't think about, hey man, I'm adding value. If I help you make money, you can teach me skills and you can give me more money, and then I can grow my own business. So all of life, every business is U.Inc.'s helping each other increase in value. That's what U.Inc. The humankind is just U.Inc. 7 billion U.Inc.'s helping each other grow. That's how it should be. Helping other U.Inc.'s appreciate in value. Maybe my U.Inc. gives money to NVIDIA. I'm just giving you an example. And NVIDIA, my money, they can take that money and they know what to do with it, and then we all win together. That's still a work. My U.Inc., instead of punching the time clock, is giving money to a company in the stock market or a private investor. Being a private investor and giving money to maybe somebody else, okay? So my U.Inc. is doing work somehow, okay? So what happens is, when we think that I'm a person to survive, I just go around and I punch the clock, I pay my bills, hopefully I get to go on vacation, Maybe I invested a little, I got a little dopamine hit, but I'm just a person who survives. Hopefully I can pay all my bills, go on vacation, and buy those new Jordans, okay? Well, what happens is when we do this our whole life, it just is a death spiral. This is not what you were created to do, all right? You were created to add value, appreciate in value, increase your cash flow, and then you can buy more time. This is pretty much the goal of U.Inc. When I add value, I get money. I use that money to appreciate in value. Once I've appreciated in value, I can increase my cash flow. And you could add value and increase your cash flow, and that these two could be swapped. It doesn't really matter, but I'm appreciating in value, I'm increasing my cash flow, and ultimately, when I've built a successful U.Inc., I buy more time. I buy freedom. Successful U.Inc. ends up buying more time and freedom. Maybe my successful U.Inc. is an employee with my 6 weeks of paid vacation. Maybe that is the U.Inc. that I want to do. Maybe my U.Inc. I just love working 60 hours a week at McDonald's or Goodwill. Maybe that is what my U.Inc. wants to do. Every single person has a specific U.Inc. and specific skills that they can do. But I want you to frame, hey, I'm U.Inc. I am Nick Incorporated. Nick Incorporated is an ecosystem that adds value, appreciates in value, increases the cash flow, and eventually can buy more time, okay? Does Amazon exist? Everyone's familiar with Amazon. I'm going to use this example. Does Amazon exist to pay its bills and occasionally have fun? Amazon is a business. Did they start that business just so they could pay their bills and occasionally have a little fun? Is that the point of Amazon? Hey man, let's start this website so we can pay our bills and then occasionally have fun. That's not what the point of Amazon is. The point of Amazon is to add value to other people, appreciate in value, increase their cash flows so that the people that work at Amazon can buy more time and buy more freedom and feel a sense of purpose. I would even say that, feel a sense of purpose, because I created something for humanity that was valuable. And let's not get into all the potential corrupt things that people do, because people like to focus on that. And this is just a concept. Whether you agree or disagree with Amazon, that's not what this video is about. This video is about causing you to think differently about your life. Okay? So the answer to this question is obviously no. So my question is, does U.Inc. exist to pay its bills and occasionally have fun? A lot of you, the answer is yes. And you're going to end up here. I need you to shift your mindset from that to, I am a business that adds value. When I wake up today, I'm going to add value to somebody else. That value, I'm going to appreciate in value, okay? I've added value. The more value I add, the more value I'm worth, okay? When you help a business owner, let's just say I'm the best employee at a business, okay? As I add more value, that business owner may eventually get to a point where he can't fire me. He cannot fire me because I was such a good employee that his business runs on me. I added value. I appreciated in value because of all the skills that I voluntarily gave to that business owner. So my U.Inc. was so valuable that he's like, you know what? I can't lose you, okay? I can't lose you. You know, here's a raise. Now you have power, even though you're not the business owner, you may have more power than the business owner because of your role. Maybe you are the best software engineer on the planet and you work for a small business. He has no idea how to do that. He just knows how to market or something like that, you know? So U.Inc., your goal is to appreciate and value. The more value you add, the more value you you become. Okay, so let's talk about AI. Let's just use AI as an example. AI appreciates in value the stocks. So let's just say the stocks appreciate in value because they appreciated in value. AI added value to so many businesses that the value of AI went up, and everybody wants it because they see it as a tool. Does that make sense? So that's just the way I want you to think about that, okay? I added so much value that my dollar per hour or whatever just went up, okay? My value as a human in a business setting went from $15 to $100 an hour because of the value that I added, because Incorporated added all that value, okay? So this cycle is not, this is maybe where we're at to start, but with every trip around the cycle, I should be going like this. Okay? I'm slowly increasing in value, and maybe it goes all the way up like that, okay? I'm not just like, hey man, I'm just trying to survive here. Every trip around the circle, the death wheel, I can either do one of these or one of these, and it all comes down to which mindset do I have. Am I a business? Am I a business that is designed to add value and appreciate in value? Or am I just punching the clock? It comes down to our attitude. Oh man, screw these billionaires. They're just ripping us all off, man. I hate billionaires, you know? Or, hey man, I see this billionaire is obviously successful. I want to be on his team. I think I can make him even more billions. And because I helped him make more billions, now my U.Inc. is now more valuable, okay? So it's all that mindset. All money is a mindset shift. A lot of people, especially in the entrepreneur, and I've definitely had this mindset. A lot of people in the entrepreneur sphere are like, screw my boss. I hate my boss, okay? Some of you, I'm one of the people that wants to be the boss. That's my personality. I want to be the boss. I don't want to have a boss. And part of it is maybe an ego thing I need to get over. Well, maybe at some phase, U.Inc. needs to get rid of their ego and have a boss, and maybe I think, oh, hey, maybe instead of that boss is trying to screw me over, and he's just getting rich off my time, maybe I view that boss as, man, I have this connection in my life. He's more successful than me. What if I help him and then he can help me? Maybe it's a mutual symbiotic relationship. All right, so if I want to have more money and keep it, I need to view myself as a business. I'm a business that grows every single time, and not a person who survives. And there's a lot to this, okay? It's not just about my income. Hey, it's not just about I made more income, because there's a lot of businesses that make more income and then they don't keep their income. There's a lot of people that make 5 times as much as you that live paycheck to paycheck. So step 1, when we add value and we increase our increasing cash flow means more is coming in than is going out, okay? So we need to increase our income and decrease our liabilities, or keep our liabilities the same. So that's enough for this video. Maybe I'll talk about assets and liabilities in the next one, but that's just what I want you guys to think about, okay? You're a business that grows. It's important that you appreciate in value, but if we appreciate in value without increasing our cash flow, we're still in the death wheel. Hey man, I'm just working a job. Yeah, I made more money this year. Oh, but I spent more money this year. I didn't capture any of that. Now I'm a minimum wage death wheel, or I'm a 6-figure death wheel. My goal is to be a business that appreciates in value, not one that stays the same financially, even though I made more money. Okay, so that's the way I want to describe that. Do you exist to pay your bills and occasionally have fun? Or do you exist to add value to society and humanity? Which one are you going to be? Which mindset are you going to adopt, and what are you going to do? Could be an employee, could be a YouTuber, could write a book. You could own a coffee shop. You could be the newspaper delivery boy. Your U.Inc. is whatever you have available to you and whatever you choose to pursue. You can choose whatever arena. If you want to be the best hamburger flipper at McDonald's, then that's your U.Inc. There is U.Inc. does not judge. U.Inc. just grows. It increases its cash flow and keeps its liabilities to a minimum. It adds value to other people, and once it's added that value, hey, you know what, boss? I know I'm the most important person in your business because I added so much value to you. I'd like more time off. I don't care about getting paid more. What I care about, Mr. Boss, is could you give me 2 months of paid vacation because of how much value I'm adding? I add so much value to you that I can work for 10 months and still get paid for 12. So think about that. That's how I want you to think. U.Inc. U.Inc. You are your own business. Your household is a business. You and your wife or your spouse and your kids, whatever U.Inc. is your household. Some of you it's this. And as U.Inc. starts going better, now I get to add somebody to my U.Inc. Or me and this female merge our U.Incs, and now our U.Inc. grows. Because think about this. It's just like a business. Hey, Jeff Bezos is U.Inc. Hey, let me merge my U.Inc. with your U.Inc. Let's build Amazon together. Same thing for marriage. That's what marriage is. Marriage is two U.Incs, a male and a female U.Inc. And if you're a female that doesn't want to work, maybe you want to be a stay-at-home mom, okay? Let's just say you want to be a stay-at-home mom, okay? Well, then you find a male that has a U.Inc. and you add value to that U.Inc., okay? If I'm a male and I want an attractive female in my life, my U.Inc. needs to provide her version of U.Inc. with value. I need to add value to her. The only thing that matters in life is adding value, okay? So if I have a cash flow and I can give her a safe, stable life and she can join that life, then my U.Inc. did that good job. And if she wants to come in and says, hey, look, I want to merge my U.Inc. with you, and hey, I'll clean the house, I'll cook, I'll take care of the kids as long as you manage the finances or whatever it is, that's two U.Incs scaling to build a better household and a better life. That's how life works, guys. Have a wonderful day. Everyone donate $1 million to me. I'm kidding. I got to set up some sort of tipping thing on here. Once I get monetized, I'll set up some tipping, I think, because I think this was 20 minutes worth of, I feel like somebody would pay for that. But let's go. But this is free for everyone who just watched. You exchange your time. Hopefully you got some value. I want you to take this information and go do something with it. I want your U.Inc. to go make more money. I'm literally adding value to you for free. And all you got to do is build a better U.Inc. and help the world around you. Have a wonderful day, guys.